This is the real reason for the Trump assassination attempt. Donald Trump is doing what Lincoln and JFK tried to do. This is not a left versus right issue. This is the deep state at work, which is organizations like the FBI and the CIA working in conjunction with the financial industry elites. I've made several videos recently about this assassination attempt, and none of which are putting in misinformation, but rather trying to dissect and get to the core reasoning behind what's actually going on. Because we are being thrown information left and right, and trying to piece it together is next to impossible. What Joshua Jake is pointing out here is too much to ignore, and I think answers the question we've all been asking. Donald Trump is attempting to change the financial system, something that Lincoln, Kennedy, Reagan, and now Trump all tried in the past, which inevitably ended in their assassination attempts, whether successful or not successful. Back during the Civil War, when Lincoln was president, there was no US dollar. Rather, individuals traded gold and silver coins. What Lincoln did to print money for the war was issue paper notes known as greenbacks. This allowed them to fund the war temporarily, but it made the financial elites at the time, who had all the gold and silver, virtually obsolete. So they took him out. Next up is Kennedy, and there are a lot of reasons why the deep state wanted this man gone, but one of the reasons was he was trying to rein in the Federal Reserve's power. While president, Kennedy issued an executive order which would back the Federal Reserve notes with silver, trying to make it so that they could not just print infinite money. Gone. Unsuccessful. Power remained in the hands of the elites. In 1981, Reagan tried to put us back on the gold standard, and while the assassination attempt was not successful, immediately after that, the organization which controls and regulates gold became packed with pro-fiat losers. But hey, just like Josh said, there's no way that the 1980s version of Larry Fink and Citadel conspired with the CIA in order to maintain power and control, right? Now we get to present day, where Donald Trump will be attending next week the world's largest Bitcoin conference in Nashville. I'll be attending as well. It's going to be pretty lit, although I imagine security is going to be through the roof. Rumors have it right now that Donald Trump is going to announce a plan to introduce a Bitcoin strategic reserve into the United States Treasury. Bitcoin is a threat to the current monetary system. Right now, today, the United States government is the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world. A simple fact that most people just seem to forget or are not aware of. Sure, a lot of you guys watching this right now have already eaten into the mainstream narrative that Bitcoin is just a giant internet Ponzi scheme, and I'm here to tell you that that's misinformation. Every single time something like this happens throughout history, the middle class gets eroded. It gets easier for the elites to make and hold on to money, and it gets harder for the underprivileged people in society, basically everyone except for the financial elites, in order to make a living and survive. And I'm certain that you're feeling that right now. If this is true, and Donald Trump implementing a small change into the current monetary system is resulting in the elites being so afraid that they would attempt an assassination on him, I think you should put your preconceived notions to the side and start paying attention to what's going on.